This is Atheist Lowdown with Mark Vanderbrink.
I am absolutely convinced that the main source of hatred in the world is religion. And I think it should be treated with ridicule and hatred and contempt. And I claim that right.
You're better off thinking for yourself and taking all the risks, and I might add, all the pleasures that will come from that. The most overrated of the virtues is faith.
I'm JT.
I'm Liz.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
Hello and welcome to the Atheist Lowdown, as we continue our journey at the 2016 Reason Rally. The afternoon speakers were led by Larry Decker of Secular Coalition for America, who argued that separation of church and state is the foundation upon which rights are protected. He was followed by Dave Garcia, who added that atheists can learn a lot from the LGBT community about coming out. Scientist Caroline Porco, an imaging team leader for NASA's Cassini project, employed a rational perspective in solving issues facing the planet, while Democratic politician Jamie Raskin reminded the crowd of America's free thought history. Richard Dawkins, recovering from a recent stroke, sent a video message urging an appreciation for the natural world and the dangers of succumbing to the illusion of design.
The only way forward in addressing our problems that we face, whether it be problems in our personal lives, in the governance of our nation, or ensuring the future of our civilization, is not to pray the problems away, but to think the problems away.
But Lincoln's presidency saved our union because he knew that our founders, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, Ben Franklin and Tom Paine, had built our republic on the strongest foundation for government ever conceived before: we, the people. The founders, who themselves were denounced as heathens and infidels, insisted that all political power must flow from the people. This axiom reversed the claims of the British monarchy, which declared that power flows downwards from God to the king, and then down from the king to the church and the state, institutions set up as partners to control the people. Our framers knew that monarchy and theocracy were run by people too, but their dogmas needed to be debunked and overthrown because they pretended to speak for God in order to defend their own power.
There are those who fear reason as cold, bleak, cheerless, unpoetic. That's not just untrue, it's the very opposite of true. Science is the poetry of reality. The fact that you exist should brim you over with astonishment. You and I and every other living creature are machines of ineffable complexity. This complexity and its powerful illusion of design is why so many people succumb to the God temptation, the temptation to evade, by invoking a designer, the responsibility to explain. The God temptation is an evasion of responsibility because it invokes the very kind of thing it's supposed to be explaining.
Knock, knock! The atheist! I'm sorry, never mind. I forgot, we don't actually knock on your door and bother you when you're doing other things.
Liz Winstead!
We're gonna do a selfie with you, so everybody wave. I'm from Minnesota, born and raised. And a couple of years back, Minnesota tried to put one of those hateful anti-marriage equality amendments into their constitution. And so I went back to go stumping door to door to talk to people about keeping the amendment off the ballot and why it was important that we let our LGBT brothers and sisters get married. So I go knock on this door, and this woman opens it up, and she goes, "Oh, hi, how are you? Come on in." And then I walk in, and she goes, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "Probably should have asked me before you let me in, but all right." And I said, "I'm here to talk to you about Amendment 1 and why it's important for a better Minnesota." And she goes, "Oh, you know, I was reading all about that, and I feel super conflicted." And I was like, "Oh, what do you suppose you're conflicted about?" And she said, "Well, you know, I'm not sure I'm okay with two guys getting married, but I don't want to be a jerk about it." And I was like, that is where I would like us to get. Is like, I don't care what you believe, just please don't be a jerk about it. That is my time. You guys are lovely. Come visit us over at the tent, Lady Parch Justice. Thank you.
Later, I headed over to the exhibitor tents to chat with representatives of the many sponsor organizations. This was perhaps more informative and fun than the main rally.
The American Humanist Association was founded in 1941. It's the nation's oldest and largest humanist group. It has about 200 chapters around the country, and it does a lot of different things. We have a legal center that advocates for church-state separation. We have an education center. We do a lot of social media. We have about 600,000 followers on Facebook. And we do lobbying. We do grassroots advocacy. And we try as much as possible to defend the rights of humanists and church-state separation in America and promote the idea of reason, science, empiricism in public policy.
Oh, Atheists of Puerto Rico? Right on. Now, I've never heard of this group. I mean, maybe on Facebook.
We are so young. We are a baby. We just have 2 years.
Yeah? Do you mind if I film or ask you?
My English is not good, but I go.
Okay. Well, I'm awesome. What kind of events do you have in Puerto Rico?
We in Puerto Rico make seminars for the students. We have debates, prepare debates with
Really?
Yes, with Christian people, with professors. We make a great debates in the university, and we make a science seminars for free to the students in Puerto Rico for educating about evolution, science, and couple stuff. Thank you.
Wow, that sounds like a lot more than we do. I mean, how have the debates gone? I would imagine, because they can go different ways. Have you found them productive?
Yes. The university request us for make debates about religion, separation of church and state. That's the most common debates we make. And we have some issues in Puerto Rico about prayers at the schools, so we're working on that very hard. And roadblocks, police use the labor hours for make prayers to the drivers. So we're working on that too.
The thing with Thomas Paine is that, most people here, I think, are atheists. Paine was not an atheist. Paine was a deist. But one of the important things about deism was that they believed in absolute freedom of choice of religion, including the choice to not have any religion. Paine was also a revolutionary thinker in all different kinds of ways, but that's the specific connection, I think, to this event. That's why I'm here. That he would say you have a right to believe or disbelieve anything you want, and that's really. So he was more of a humanist, but a strong connection.